So Angela Rayner's fighting for her political life. Don't fight too hard, love. It's not worth it. Just white flag, go. She admits that she thought about resigning. Think a bit more. Just keep thinking that thought and talk to Rachel Reeves about thinking that thought and possibly Wes Streeting. So we know now that Ange is blaming it on she got the wrong advice. We know that she's saying that she consulted advisors. They gave her the wrong advice, so it's their fault, because obviously it wouldn't be her fault. She took that advice, but now she self-referred herself to the Watchdog Committee, and I guess we'll wait and see what happens there. So she's buying a bit of time. Now, why is that okay? Because you and I know that if we got given advice and then we said we got given the wrong advice, wouldn't stand up in court so much, would it? But it does for her. So let's see what happens there. I'd keep thinking, if I were you, Ange, about resigning. I think it's probably better for everyone. Let's not drag this out. Don't fight too hard for your political career. It's just not worth it. So then we go on to Wes Streeting. Now, all over the news at the minute, we're banning the sale of energy drinks. Oh, by the way, please like, subscribe and share. So he wants energy drinks banned. They're bad for everyone. I don't disagree. I'm not a fan of them. They give me palpitations. One Red Bull and I'm practically face down in a bowl of jelly. So, you know, I don't necessarily think that for kids it's a bad thing. I certainly don't let my children drink them. But what he's saying is he's going to ban them for 16 and under. 16 and over, you're allowed to make your own choices. Really? I mean, we're not allowed to make our own choices in anything else in life, but you're going to let us make our own choices on energy drinks. Now, Wes is obviously doing this on the backdrop of if there's less obesity, if there's less caffeine addiction, if there's less health implications, then that's better for the NHS. That's why he's doing this. But an interesting sleight of tongue from Wes this morning on the radio, which is the bit that caught me the most. So when asked when this was coming in, legally, this is coming in January. It's legally enforceable in January. And the question posed to him was, why January? Why not now? And he said he wanted to work with industry to make sure that everything was set up to give them time to adapt to the new legislation. He wanted to work with the industry of energy drinks to make sure that everybody was ready for the new law, the new rule in January. So we're in September and he's giving them until January to sort their shit out. Now, you know what I'm going to say, don't you? VAT on education. Education that is the cornerstone of your child's life, your grandchild's life, your niece or nephew's life, the person down the road street's kid's life, all of our lives. Education had VAT imposed on it by this Labour government. It was supposed to be in September 2025, but it happened in January 2025. Rachel Reeves brought it forwards. She did not give the state system or the independent system the time to get their head round this, to time to make the arrangements, the adjustments, and the time to have the introduction of VAT on education in a timely fashion. It would never have been right, but it would have given parents the opportunity to see out the end of the school year. But you can have it with an energy drink. So we're going to make sure that if you are an addict of an energy drink, you've got time to wean yourself off, if that's what it's going to look like. Shops have got time to, he talked about marketing. You've got time to spend your marketing budget on a different area than an energy drink. Shops have got time to rebrand. We've all got time to think about what difference it's going to make not having a Red Bull or a Monster, whatever it is, on our shelves. But we don't have time, and we're not giving time to see, live, research the effects of VAT on education. Now that tells me everything I need to know about this Labour government and their priorities, which are they're wrong, which are they don't think it through. Now Wes, he's not my favourite, but he's certainly one of the better ones of a bad bunch. And Wes actually spoke a little bit of sense this morning. I agreed with him when he said we need to give adults the choice. We need to give them the information of what these drinks do, but, it's up to them whether they want to drink them. Holy shit. Not choice under a Labour government. He'll be kicked out soon for saying that. But he said we as adults deserve, how kind, the right to choose. But not when it's choosing arguably one of the most important things for those of us that are parents in our lives, and that is our children's education. We are not allowed to choose that. So we're allowed to choose whether it would be unhealthy for them to have a Monster drink. We're allowed to choose whether it would be unhealthy for them to have a Red Bull before school. We're allowed to choose whether we want to do that, but we're not allowed to choose a school that's right for their needs. We're not allowed to do that. And the industry, the massive industry that is bigger than the Monster drink industry, it's bigger than the energy drink industry, that industry that contributed billions of pounds to the economy, that did not get given the time to adjust to the imposition of VAT. That did not get the time. Labour didn't have the time to do the maths. If they'd had the time, they'd have still cocked it up, because what they've done is bring in a policy that has cost the Treasury. So we're all paying for their policy that didn't add up. Children are paying with their education. Families are paying with their children's education and emotional and mental well-being. But we've thought about it for energy drinks. So everyone's doing a little bit of thinking at the minute, aren't they? Angela Rayner's thinking about whether she should resign. I'll save you the time, love. Yes. And Wes Streeting is giving people the time to think about whether they're going to have an energy drink. And the backdrop of all of this, by the way, is that we're banning it for 16 and unders. So we're recognising that at 16, you're on the cusp of being a child, but it's all right. You can have a vote. Now, desperate smells like the Labour Party.